I want to thank you for joining me today. And before we get started, as always, all messages that are released on this channel are my truth. And that is exactly what it is and what it always will be. And that is my truth. Now, my truth consists of a bunch of experiences that I gained clarity from, which ultimately took me back to the real me, which is truth. Now, when I try to convince you that my truth is the gospel, however, my truth is the gospel for me. That does not make it the gospel for you, nor will I ever try to make it the gospel for you. By me being on this platform, I am simply placing breadcrumbs on a path that I've already walked. Now, you find yourself on a similar path and you resonate with said breadcrumbs and you say, you know what, I like that. I want to follow that. And that's cool. If not, that is cool as well. My purpose is to assist those who are ready to get out of their own way. So let's get right into it. All right. So today I wanted to hop on here and talk about something that's probably a little trigger warning for people. Some people, I guess if you're deep into religion, it would be a trigger warning. So before getting started, I say listen to the words that I'm saying. Remove emotion so you can hear everything that is coming out of my mouth, right? Now, I'm not speaking from emotion. I'm speaking from a space of clarity. Like I said in the beginning of these messages, these are just breadcrumbs. I'm using the Bible and other books as reference points, but these things, that's just as reference points to have, hey, you can use this as an example. But I've experienced so much on this spiritual journey that I don't need a book to tell me things because I've already experienced them. And the only way I've experienced them was by having no fear. So that is what we're going to talk about today. That is why you should stop fearing God. So, like I said, remove emotion and listen. Proverbs 18:21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. It says it clearly. Are in. It doesn't say sometimes, only when you're happy. No, it's are. It's in there all the time. So saying I am a God-fearing man is hurting you more than it is helping you. Remove all the emotion and feel what I am saying. I said that correct. I want you to feel the words I am speaking in this message. Don't get anyone's opinion. Listen without judgment. Then you see how you feel about it. See, we get caught up in trying to get others' opinion and then we let those others sway us. Now, it's not our opinion anymore. It's their opinion. You just came along for the ride because you didn't want to make that judgment out of fear of making the wrong call. So see, if you listen to this person over here, this quote unquote authority figure or person you quote unquote trust, then you're going to go by what they say. But you don't, this is your life. Every important call you need to make. No one outside yourself needs to make any important calls. Sure, you can get people's opinion. If you want to. I don't, because I don't want to be swayed in any direction. I'm going to look at all the avenues and I'm going to figure it out. Because at the end of the day, I have to live with that decision. So, continuing on. So, as I said, the words I'm saying, I want them to be felt. But I'm not trying to talk to whoever's listening to this message. No. I'm talking to the person that is buried deep within you, or should I say the energy that is buried deep within you. And when someone real speaks, and they're speaking honor and truth, that divine presence that you've decided to pile all your dirty laundry on top of, they're going to give you a feeling. And if that resonates with you, you should be able to go from there. So my message is, are designed to take you closer to God, to source, the divine, Allah, Buddha, Krishna, whatever you want to call it. That's your source. And by source, I mean creator of all, the focal point, the head honcho. Nothing below that. So let's look at it from multiple perspectives. From the realm of subconscious. Your subconscious mind does not, I repeat, does not have a sense of humor. It does not distinguish between what you call a sense of humor, fear, true statements, false statements, sarcasm. If you say it, then that is the gospel. Which takes us all the way full circle back to my original scripture that I read in the beginning. Proverbs 18:21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. So with that being said, why on earth would you want to say, I am a God-fearing man? Why would you want to put God and fear in the same sentence at all? They do not go together. It's written that way so you'll take it serious. Isaiah 41:10. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. God is pure love. And if you're walking with God, then you don't have anything to fear. I like to use the Bible because it gives great examples of how to get to God. Now, it also contradicts, so you can't be pulled in by everything that's in that book. Because don't forget, man wrote that book, and man wants to control you. And how do they control you? They control you by using that powerful emotion, fear. And then they double that power, making it even more powerful by adding it with religion. Because now you got that authority figure telling you, oh, you don't listen to this, you're going to go to hell. Oh, you saying that? Oh, you got a demon in you. Oh, blah, 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 blah. That fear, guilt, being emotionally manipulated. Spent a long time under that, but no more. No more. The fact is, you're being blocked from the thing that you seek because of your speech and your willingness to follow those who are not leading by example or what they preach. Examples of what I mean. Ecclesiastes 12:13. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Proverbs 14 or 9:10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One is insight. Now, these two scriptures are telling you to fear God. Now, the Bible's going to bring up fear close to 400 times in the King James Version. Anyway, close to 400 times they're bringing up fear, right? But why are they bringing up so much fear? Why is that? You got to ask yourself, why is it so much fear being brought up in the Bible? Because the things I've said already is a clear contradiction to Isaiah 41:10. Clear. It's totally opposite of what I just said in Isaiah 41:10. Not to mention my favorite one, 2 Timothy 1:7. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but the power and love in a sound mind. Notice how it says the spirit of fear. Because fear is its own little entity, its own little vibration, its own little energetic pattern. Right? And if you invite fear into your home, and by home I mean your temple, and by temple I mean your body, it's going to bring bags. It's trying to stay there. and it's going to invite friends. So I'm not here to debate the Bible or go back and forth or anything. I'm only here to deliver the message. And I'm only here today because of my connection to the divine. And that connection is only available at the level it is at, is if you access it without fear, and you have to have a pure heart. Nothing I'm saying is just talking, is trying to pull you away from God. I'm trying to get those who are trying to be closer to God, just add that one little missing ingredient to that recipe. I'm pointing out what I found to be true on my path, and I don't want others following something that is designed to trap them. If you have fear of heights, you avoid high places. If you have a fear of spiders, you're not trying to go someplace and hold a spider. We basically programmed ourselves to avoid anything that we fear. So, once again, going back to the subconscious mind does not have a sense of humor. So you stating you fear God in any shape, form, or fashion, it's not showing respect or humility. It is saying, I want to avoid that divine part of me. That's what it's saying. Because it does not have a sense of humor. I want to show this map again. This map has seen a lot of showtime on this on this channel, because it proves the point every single time. So look at to the right. We're going to go all the way up to inner love. That's 500. Now go right there to the middle. You're in the new humanity consciousness, 5th dimension. Keep going to the left. Paradise. What's right above that? Heaven. Higher self. 400 to 539. You trying to get above paradise, heaven. Look at how stuff gets better and better and better and better above that. How do you think you get to those higher levels? Now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to drop all the way down to 100. Where you see that? Fear. All the way down at 100. Now, God already told you God is love. So if God is love and inner love is 500, you have to access 500. You need to be vibrating at a level of 500 in order to access that of which you're trying to call God. And everything below that has to be dropped off of you. So when you start looking, if you look in the middle of the pyramid, look at the middle of it. I mean, what I'm saying is inverted, but look at the bottom of it. It's red, right? That's your lower nature. You have to let all of that stuff go and rise above it. So holding on to 100 and saying you want God, which is 500, doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. That's the only thing I'm trying to get you to understand. You have to release these lower vibrating energies. Fear is the biggest one of all in order to rise up. It said it very clearly. God has not given us the spirit of fear. So don't be gaslighted into thinking, no, that's everything else except for God. I must fear. No. Why are you changing what it said? It said right there, I did not give you the spirit of fear. That's like you being a kid, you walking in the house with some brand new Jordans. Your mom gonna be like, I didn't give you no money for them shoes. How you afford them shoes? So I didn't give you the money. So how did you get it? I didn't give you the spirit of fear. So why you gonna go to it? It wasn't given to us. So if God didn't give it to us, then somebody else gave it to us. That's the only thing you need to know. Like I said, fear is brought up over close to 400 times in the King James Bible. 400 times. I'm not worried about those 400 times. Really, I'm only worried about one of those times. That's it. 2 Timothy 1:7, for God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and love and of a sound mind. That's the only one I need. I gave you other ones, but that is the only one I need out of all of those. So then you got to ask yourself, well, if God didn't give us that, then who did? See, that's down a whole another thing. So we're gonna go down that little rabbit hole a little bit deeper. Not on who gave it to us, because I don't really care about the who. What I do care about is you. But we're gonna continue down this chain of this fear. So you can understand that if you're trying to go elevate and get to that godly version, that is becoming more lighter. The last time I checked, if you stepped on a scale, if you wanted to get to your accurate weight, you had to remove everything out of your pockets. Take off all the clothes that are not necessary. You don't think that's going to be the same thing when you're trying to get to God? You're going to take off everything that is not necessary. And it said it clearly, I did not give you fear. So now you're going to show up at the door with some fear on you? Come on now. That makes sense to you? Because it doesn't to me. The last time I checked, when I looked into a light source, I only saw light. I didn't see no shadows and no flashlight that I've looked at. The shadow cannot stand in the light. So those that can't stand in the light are like crabs in the barrel. Well, I can't go in that light, so you ain't gonna go either. Matthew 23:13. But woe to you, scribes, Pharisees, hypocrites, for you shut up the kingdom of heaven against man. For you neither go in yourselves, nor do you allow those who are entering to go in. Don't let others prevent you from entering into the kingdom. This is a solo journey. As I said, I love reading the scripture, but I also gather information from other books. But I will say this, out of everything I've read, I've learned the most by going within. Because that is truth. Nothing I can say, nothing the book can say, nothing any book on this planet can say will give you more truth than you going within. Deep enough. Because you can go within and that stuff start to rise up, but you're going to have to get past all that fear and all that stuff in the past. That's how you become lighter, because you have to empty your pockets. So if you're trying to get to God, which is, we already said, 500, empty your pockets. And right now, what's holding you down the most is fear. So don't be gaslit into thinking that this fear is acceptable. No, it's not. But I'm going to continue on from this message, and we're going to branch off into something else. We're gonna talk about a little something else. But you got anything out of this message? I ask that you hit your like, subscribe, and I will definitely check you in the next one.